Hey, good morning. So, thought I'd take the chance while the Comanche's up on the trailer to do a recap of where we are right now before we do our Gladiator axle swap and LS motor swap. So, up front in the engine bay, we've got the inline 640 Renix motor, Thor cowl air intake. We've got all the AC components that came from a 92 XJ donor. We have the original steering pump in here. That is a Bosch iBooster Gen 2. It's actually an EV brake booster. It's all electric. One of the greatest mods on this truck, I believe. No more worry about not having brakes if I stall the motor. Even without the motor running, I have brakes for I think 2 minutes coming straight off the battery if I need it. They did a quick upgrade to make this the AX15 clutch master and slave below to match the AX15 transmission and NP231 transfer case. Right, and this truck's just in need of a refresh and some rewiring. We did put in a 4-row aluminum radiator with 3 electric fans that claim 90 watts, but I don't think we've actually measured them pulling that much. I think they pull much less, so those may have to get upgraded to keep up with the LS. We do have louvered vents in. We haven't cut them in yet, but they're going to fit in all 4 of these channels, and they're pretty low profile. They're made to scoop air in and out. Just Venturi sucking all that air out when we're at speeds on the highway. We had the Brown Dog off-road motor mounts, but those are probably not going to be useful at all for the LS swap. All right, moving on to suspension and stuff is going to be going. So up front, we have the Dana 30 from a 2001 XJ that came with the WJ knuckle swap and the big brake kit. We maintained the original 5x4.5 hubs, and it all magically fits and works really well in there. We have the cab fab over the knuckle crossover steering kit made specifically for the WJ knuckle, so we have the separate connectors there. And let's come around. We're currently on 33-inch tires with the 15-inch Steelies with beadlock simulated. Those are 5x4.5s. And we have the cab fab 3-link kit, which we had modified to actually be with a 4th link. So not exactly a triangulated 4-link, but a 3-link plus. As you can see, the front was trussed, and we have the 3.5-inch lift kit, spring. It's a Bilstein. I think these are 5100s or 8100s. Sorry if I don't remember exactly. It's all squeezed in there. We have had issues with the tires scrubbing the brake line mount, so I just had to kind of tape it out of the way until we get a better fix in there. But right here, it doesn't get touched at all, so that's been good. As you can tell, when we're wheeling hard, we're still touching here and here, but all this is going to get cut out when we go with the new axles and ORIs and all custom strut towers. But we do have the frame stiffeners, bumper to bumper going around. Again, that's that 3-link kit. We've got the skid plate for the transmission mount, which is the AX15 again, and the NP231 transfer case. Coming in, the guys who did the install originally, rock solid, I believe. They really did a good job just nailing the geometry. And maybe it's all cab fab did it or they did it, but this thing is just always climbed super well, and I can only hope it continues. All right, we have some We got the Adams custom drive shafts. Up front was the TerraFlex slip yoke eliminator. Okay. We had the exhaust originally completely rerouted to keep it out of the way. Well, the guys who did it wanted to make sure that I knew that they mounted it to get rid of the tight bend that normally happens. Right, we've got the custom steel rear bumper. We've been dropping this thing on stuff for a long time. It hasn't had an issue yet. All right, in the back, we got the Dana 35. Front and rear are geared 456. The front and rear truss are both the Iron Rock. Up front was the Poison Spider bomb-proof diff plate. In the back here, we have the solid diff plate. I like them both. They've taken their own share of abuse, and they don't leak. And I checked the diff fluid with my special little bent piece of wire, and it's been great. Got a lube locker in there, and we've used it 2 or 3 times already, and it's been great. I don't know where these leafs came from. The truck came with these extra long shackles and these longer leaf springs, but what we did do is the big U-joint, well, technically U-joint eliminator kit, not even a flip kit, just to go leaf, spring over axle, which was great. So I didn't need any kind of additional lift in the front. It looks pretty even now. That giant fuel cell is going to get removed. It's going to go into the bed of the truck just behind the cab. That'll give us plenty of room to do the full 4-link kit that we're planning in the back. Probably, I think we're going to go with the Ironman Fat 4x4 3-link kit in the front, which was made specific for the MJ. One of the few companies out there still making MJ specific parts. We also have their rear 4-link mounts that are going to go on the frame, and again 14-inch ORIs all around. So all of this stuff underneath this truck is probably coming out, and we're gonna do our best to sell it to people who want solid working stuff. Again, this whole setup got me through the Rubicon Trail, all the videos that I've posted so far, and we've just been going. There's plenty of ideas to do more stuff, like go disc brakes in the rear instead of the drums, but now that we're doing the axle swap, we're not gonna go that route. We're just gonna pull this out and go bigger so we can go bigger and go harder. I think that's all the info that we need. All right, see y'all later.